Okay, so tonight it is recipe from my father's home. So my father is Cornish, and you can see here Cornish. Cornish means it's from Cornwall, England, which is where my dad is from. And so these little guys originate from England, Cornwall, England, and they're delicious. If you have not tried them, I highly recommend them. I really do. They're a faster, more straightforward cook than your traditional chicken. And if you have a family, these are great because a child, a prepubescent child, can eat half of them. And so one of these guys is dinner for two kids, two young children, which is great, right? They each get a breast, a wing, a thigh, and a drumstick, which is great. They get the entire thing versus when you make up a whole chicken, everybody has to fight over what part of the chicken they want. So these are great for families. Any child, once they hit puberty and above, of course, you really do want to give them a whole hen because they are just these little guys, right? Now, a lot of people want to know, do they taste different? Yes, they taste a little bit different than a chicken because our chickens that we have are extremely young. They're very young. They're harvested before they're even a year old. So your older chickens, say you wait to harvest a chicken for 2 years, they are going to have the same nutty or gamey flavor, it's called. So these will have kind of a little bit of a hazelnut flavor to them. And so they're going to be a little bit sweeter, and it'll be a different flavor than you're used to with chickens. And I am going to tell you that flavor is a bonus. So they smell different, they taste a little bit different, and that difference makes them a much more flavorful option. And we're supposed to eat a variety of foods, and so this just adds to your variety. You find them in your frozen food and basically set them out to thaw on the same day you're going to cook them is best. Remember that you don't want to leave them out for more than 2 hours. Just set them in some water and let them thaw for like an hour and a half. And then what I do is once I open them up, I go ahead and hold them up by the legs and put water into their body cavity to rinse the ice and thaw them from the inside a little bit before I throw them in. But they don't take as long. They're tastier. And of course, I am going to do the British roast veggies. Sorry about that steam, I forgot. I always forget when I open my oven, but I have your standard garlic cloves. Traditionally it's onion, but a little bit of olive oil. I decided to put some peppers in there, but I've got the celery, the carrots, your root veggies, and then I will put this little guy right on top of those veggies so that the fat goes down into the veggies and cooks them, like I said before. And that's how you traditionally cook a Cornish hen. It turns out delicious. Cook time can kind of vary. I usually a couple of hours, but you just eyeball it, and then I put it in breast down to start with because the back is going to have a pretty significant amount of fat that will drip down under the skin, kind of lubricate the breast. So for the first half, and then I turn it over and cook it breast up. So it kind of makes it a little bit of a rotisserie, which is really nice. And because they're smaller and don't take as long to cook, you can get that effect much easier and much faster. But that is your Cornish game hen, if you've ever seen them. They will be in with, your frozen turkeys. But I do recommend that. If you have a family, it is a good way to cut costs if you have young children. They should like it. If they like chicken, I don't think they're going to notice enough of a flavor difference to not like these guys. It's worth a try. But this dinner is cost effective, highly nutritious when you add, say, some steamed broccoli with it on the side. Perfect dinner for your kids. Very well balanced. These are relatively low fat. And of course, once you put the extra virgin olive oil down with the veggies, you cancel out that bad fat and you get your good fat, right? So, a really good healthy dinner option. And like I said, it's similar to fast food at home. You just throw them in, set it, forget it. I don't think they fit in an air fryer. I'm not familiar with air fryers, but in your basic oven, for a family of 4, you can just get yourself 3 of these hens for school-age children, right? And throw them in your oven because you got the 2 areas. So you can cook a bunch of these guys up at once. And everybody gets themselves their own little hen, which kids probably are going to like, having a half of their own little hen. They don't have to fight over what they do or do not like, right? Yeah. So give these a try. They're great, they're fast, they're easy, they're delicious, okay? So that is all about Cornish hens. If you've been curious, if you have not tried it, this is a must try, and it's a great roast meat for the winter time, right? All right, take care, don't get scammed, and give these guys a shot.